Unico at KC Retro. AtGames teases a new 4KP. Will Arcade1up pass or fail in 2024? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Another episode of This Week, the show where we talk about what happened this week in home arcades. What's going on, everybody? Episode 126 tonight. Got some stuff to talk about, interesting things to talk about. I've had a busy week. I was down in San Antonio for a while. I'm going to talk about a little bit of some of the stuff I did down there. It was a lot of fun. Worked on the Crazy Taxi. If some of you watched my latest video, some of it has made it down here. And actually, there's been more progress made. If you can see the silhouette, I don't know if you can see it. That's kind of a sneak peek. So work continues even when the cameras are off. So I'm excited to get that wrapped up and done. It is going to be an awesome addition to the arcade, not without its challenges, but I'm really, really excited about that. Excited to talk about some of the stuff that it's on the docket tonight. I've got some thoughts, some issues, some things we got to work through together. It's therapy. It's not couples therapy. It's arcade therapy. Why won't some of these companies get their stuff together? We're going to talk about all that. We're going to talk about all the big, I guess the big three is now Unico, AtGames, and Arcade1up. Unico really kind of coming on strong with something kind of wild, something we've been asking for a while. So I'm excited to talk a little bit more about that tonight. What's in your glass tonight? What are you drinking? I guess if you're working tomorrow, it's going to dictate a lot of what you're drinking tonight. Tonight, I am back with Jefferson's, the old standby. You can't beat it. The very small batch Jefferson's actually was on sale for less than $30 this week. So had to pick it up. It is the go-to. Super smooth. A little bit of, whether you're drinking it neat or on the rocks, it's absolutely, you can't go wrong with it. Puts me in the mood to talk about arcades. So I'm excited to talk about that stuff. Excited to have Jefferson's back because I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of struggled. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. The Calumet Farms was fine, but I was just like, man, you're going to sit here and drink this entire bottle over the course of a month or a couple of weeks. Okay. It wasn't like I did it in one night. It was just kind of a struggle. So I'm glad to have something better in the glass that I can actually enjoy, as well as topics to talk about with you. So we talked about what I'm drinking. Let me know in the comments section, in the live chat, the replay, maybe if you're watching this on the replay, what were you drinking tonight? Maybe what are you drinking on the way to work when you're listening to this? Hopefully it's just coffee. Anything else, maybe water, but anything else, I'm going to have to discourage that strongly. So that's what I'm drinking. We talked about the topics. I'm going to talk about what happened last week a little bit in detail. Let's talk about one more thing. Every week we have a poll question in the chat. It's a chance for you to jump in and be a part of everything that's going on, be a part of the conversation, let your voice be heard. So let's talk about the poll question tonight. We're talking about passing and failing. I think we've talked about this a couple times before, but as we get closer to the end of 2023, we see that there's not much coming out from Arcade1up. They really are sort of going to end the year kind of on a, sour note, maybe not a horrible note, but just not that much going on. It's been kind of a rough and rocky year. So, the promise of a new day is just really a couple weeks away at this point. So how do you think that they're going to grade 2024? 23 is pretty much, I think we've all formed our opinions. We know what's going on. How do you think 2024 is going to shake up for them? What do you think? So in the poll question, that's my question to you. How do you think Arcade1up will grade in 2024? Looking at the entire year, how do you think we're going to grade them? You got four options. One is an A, pass with flying colors. You have C, average with not much new. Okay. The third option is going to be a D, barely survive until 2025. And the fourth option is F. We're going to give them an F, total failure. They're done. They're done. Maybe they don't completely lock up shop and shut the doors and go away forever in 2024, but it happens shortly thereafter. I don't know. How do you feel about this? What do you want to happen? What do you think is really going to happen? And that's what I want to know. What do you realistically, how do you think when 2024 is done, how will you grade them? And tonight we're going to talk about, actually, I'm going to give them some pointers, some tips, a little bit of a roadmap for things that they can do to make 2024 a passing year. So anyway, that's the poll question. Jump up there and let me know. 32 votes. Everybody jump in there and let me know what you think about it, because my opinion is just one. I really want to know what everybody else is thinking. What is your outlook for the company? At one time, the biggest player in the home arcade space. Now it's not so definitive. It's not just the go-to. Oh, Arcade1up is exactly the number one. I think they're still there as far as volume goes. Arcade1up is definitely still the biggest player, but how long will that last? Curious to know what you think about it, everybody. So that is, anyways, we talked about that. We talked about what I'm drinking. Now let's talk about what's going on in the chat, everybody. Let me scroll up to the top. Here we go. And the first comment at 11:38 is Beach Native 78. What's going on, buddy? Yeah, 11:38. I was a little bit late getting the show out today, so that was actually really, really close. I think just a few minutes later after I posted the show. So congratulations. Good job. What up, Foxy in chat? Great job on the Crazy Taxi cab. Do you think Arcade1up will come out with a MVSX cab? I'm hoping PD7 is right on this one. Can't wait for tonight's show. 19K Fox Nation. Thank you so much. I don't know. I got my doubts. I got my doubts on that one. Will it actually happen? It depends. I don't know that Unico still has the Neo Geo rights. So I think that if that is the case, then potentially they're up for grabs. Is it possible? We'll talk about that a little bit later on tonight for sure. Milkman Classic says, "What's up, Fox? Excited to see the finished Crazy Taxi project. Keep up the good work. Thanks for the content, brother. I really do appreciate it, man. Yeah, listen, if Arcade1up ain't coming out with anything new, I'm going to find something new to play with. I got to have not just toys, but I got to have projects. I actually took a bit of a, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, bit of a, it's just a scratch, but it was kind of a deep scratch when it happened. I was like, you know how it happens. You get that scratch, you get that cut, and you grab your hand like, and you're worried. It's like, is it worse than I think? And you look at it, and there's a bunch of blood. But I clean it up, and it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But yeah, took a little bit of a scratch today. The Crazy Taxi cab was fighting back, but I prevailed. I didn't cry much. I didn't cry much. Game Broker 84 says, "Happy Sunday, Fox. The Crazy Taxi base looks amazing. I can tell you put a lot of work into that. Can't wait for the show tonight. Always look forward to Sunday evening." Thank you so much, man. And yes, I put a lot of work into that. You get to the point where you got to just go all the way. You got to go all the way. If I've gone this far, I might as well go ahead and clean it up and take care of it. Duggar 5150, what's up, Fox? Just did the mod for Ridge Racer. Game changer. First time playing Crazy Taxi, having a blast. Looking forward to your finished cab. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you stopping by the channel. And yeah, those mods are breathing new life into Arcade1up's cabinets for sure. Rights Retrocade, evening, bro. Catch you on the replay. Thanks for keeping your channel drama free. I'll do it again. Too much crap out there right now for a damn hobby. You know what? I haven't been paying attention much to, I guess, potential drama. So I hope that it's been kept at a minimum, but you're not going to find that here. Homer 1075, Crazy Taxi looks good. I have to ask, what line of work are you in, and would you be open to make videos on basic hardware and repair? I'd like to build a cab, but nothing will catch it. But something. I want to build a cab, but something will catch fire. Well, Homer. We want to avoid fire as much as possible. My background is I am a glorified maintenance man. That's really my background. Back in 99, when I got out of the Army, I went to work for Tyson Foods as a refrigeration maintenance man. I didn't learn much in the Army, to be honest with you. And this was just a job. I had a family. I had to work. So that's where I started. I started in 1999 in industrial refrigeration. I'm still in it now. And what that's done is exposed me to every possible area of maintenance, of troubleshooting, industrial stuff. So everything from stainless steel welding, I can stick weld and TIG weld, MIG weld and all that, to electrical troubleshooting, some PLC programming, some light PLC programming, but PLC troubleshooting. So I'm very comfortable opening up a big control panel and then going to work, dealing with multiple voltages and figuring things out. So that lends itself pretty well to arcade restoration and repair. Now, that doesn't mean I know everything. It doesn't, not even close. I'm just not intimidated by some projects that could seem a bit overwhelming. When it gets to board level stuff, I'm not. That's not me. I can't even begin to fix board level components. Maybe an individual component swap. Sure, my soldering skills are okay, but I'm used to sweating copper to run water lines, so my soldering skills aren't quite that. It lacks a certain finesse. But anyways, that's a little bit of my background. Thank you so much for asking. Really appreciate it. Dan Z is in the house. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Jay, hello, 19K Fox. Looking forward to the show. I like the idea of the Unico DIY cab, but I think the price is going to put it out of the reach of most home collectors. That's the biggest thing, right? That's the biggest thing. I think that we could be looking at a $1,200, item here, which is going to require you to bring your own PC or arcade PCB or something. That could be intimidating, but for people like me, and there's a lot of people like me out there, the kind of the sort of DIYers, the people who maybe have a bunch of JAMA cabs sitting around looking for a home. This really does fix a lot of those problems for us. I don't have to go out and find a cab and fix it up and then bring it in the house and then plug it in and hope all the wiring is correct. And do I need a transformer for that old CRT in there? This is kind of an all-in-one solution. But I agree, Jay, the price is going to be the thing that really makes this reasonable. If they swing crazy and hit it out of the park and it's like $15,000 or 1,500, not 15,000, not 15,000. Whoa, back up, 1,500. If it's $1,500, that's just, I think it's cost prohibitive. It's tough. It's a big ask because at that price, I want exactly the cab shape that I want. So I want to go and order a big blue cabinet recreated to spec, and I would pay maybe $1,000 if I could get a shell that's perfect, all brand new wood, laminated in that blue color. And then all I have to do is bring, my controls. I mean, listen, if a big blue cabinet built the spec came with a big, like 30-inch or 26-inch Unico flat panel monitor, wow, that's awesome. Because think about the work that's been done for you. All you got to do is bring your whatever. For me, I've got a couple of CPS2 games, CPS2, arcade PCBs that I could just throw in there. And if it's already pre-wired for JAMA, I'm done. That's really it. Go get your artwork, go get the marquee for what you want, and you're done. So the question is the shape of this cabinet, this pseudo candy cab, is that going to be enough for you? Is that going to satisfy you at that price point? If we're talking about a couple $100, everybody and their mom's going to jump on, right? Everybody's going to jump on this. But I just don't think that's going to be what it is, being metal, including one of their 26-inch monitors. And, and I'm not saying it's not worth it, but I am saying that it could prevent a lot of people from jumping in, because at that price point, if I'm going to build my perfect arcade, I want to start with exactly the cabinet that I want, and maybe the candy cab isn't for everybody. Gotham City Gaming, what is this? Gotham City Arcade, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? Hey, Battle, looking forward to tonight's show. Thank you so much. Video Game Vegas, 19K Fox just picked up a Super Pac-Man Partycade, modded by DIY Retro Arcade, a bit pricey, but over 500. Vertical Games, got that trackball ad, but doesn't work right with its Pandora. Rest is great. Well, listen, hey, nothing's perfect. That's all part of the modding scene. It's all part of trying to have everything in one. Some things are going to kind of conflict with others, but I'm glad that overall you're really happy with it. Sounds like a hell of a package for sure. A Tram Fanatic, hey, Fox and people, not going to be on the stream tonight. That's okay. Don't worry about it. As my wife's parents are treating me to a birthday dinner at the Spaghetti Factory. That's right. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday. Enjoy yourself. Don't know how old you are. Can't sing the song or YouTube will shut you down. This or I got to pay a fine. I don't know how that works. But anyway, happy birthday, Tram Fanatic. Hopefully the vehicles are working out for you, and absolutely catch us on the replay. Got some stuff to talk about for sure. James, you don't hate everything. Maybe most things. I'm going to change your name. You don't hate everything. I hope Jay Mason from Unico is doing well. Unfortunately, I don't think they were able to make it. I had to leave around 3:30 today, and a lot of vendors were packing up. Oh, okay, so you were actually at the KC Retro. That was the issue I was having. I didn't see a lot of stuff. I didn't see a lot of videos. I didn't see a lot of things. I sure still didn't see anything from Unico direct. I think they need to put somebody in charge of that. They got to have some kind of social media presence. Somebody new, if nothing else, walk around with an iPhone or a nice DLSR or something, some kind of camera, and walk around and shoot some video footage for us, and then put it on your Facebook page and get it out there. Or contact some YouTubers that are in the area, and they'll do something for you. I do know this. Cool Toy posted on Twitter that he was able to spend some time with the Nova Blast today. So that's awesome. So, check out his channel and see what he's got going on, see what his thoughts are. And maybe, just maybe, some of us other YouTubers will get a chance to get our hands on it and give you our thoughts about it. And as of, well, I don't want to get ahead of myself. We'll talk about it a little bit later in the show. But anyway, yeah, that's a damn shame. I wish you could have maybe taken a look at it and, given us your thoughts. Random One says, what up, 19K Fox? Great job on the Crazy Taxi build. Looking great so far. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Definitely a labor of love for sure. Can't wait to see the finished product. I hope you have a great show. Thank you so much. I hope I also have a great show. Man, it would be disappointing if I didn't. Saiyan Spirit's new ALP is going to be a head fake like Star Trek. Maybe something like Godzilla, but the 1998 version. Well, you don't like Matthew Broderick? Come on, man. No, I'm with you. Or Ghostbusters, but with the all-female cast. Oh, dear God. That would be absolutely horrible. Or Star Wars, but it's just the new movies. Oh, God. I just felt a disturbance in the force. Molar Medic, what's going on, buddy? Hello, 19K. Salute. How you doing? Looking forward to tonight's topics. Nice to see the progression on the Crazy Taxi, man. Thank you. I do appreciate it. It's coming along. It's coming along. It's coming along great. I got more to show you next week. So stay tuned to the channel, guys. Show Gecko. Hey, Fox. Great job on the taxi so far. Having my Miller Lite as usual. There's my man. Good job. By the way, you need a chair. You need a chair, Matt, to protect that nice arcade carpet. If you don't, a chair mat. Gotcha. To protect that nice carpet. If you don't have one, let's get after that. It's a good point. But I don't know. I wonder if these casters are going to be a little more harmful than all the casters I have on my cabinets. It's a fair point. It's a fair point indeed. Thank you so much. The Corner K, what's going on, Danny? Let's go 2024 pass with flying colors. But put my money down on that. Good job. Bob, how the hell are you? Great to see you. And it was awesome to see Bob. Bob actually stopped by my house and picked up one of my cabinets that I had to sell. Unfortunately, it was the NFL Blitz cabinet that me and the guys put together over a year and a half ago. It went to a good home. He sent me a picture today. The boys are playing it right now, and that is awesome. So I'm glad to see that worked out for you. MSU Rich, good evening, everyone. Good to see you. Calvin One says, carpet finished? Absolutely. It is done. Video, guys, I know you've been asking for one. I promise it is coming. I want to get some stuff together. I want to get some more. I want to kind of not finish, but I want to get the layout close. I want to get close before I shoot a video. But you've been asking for one. You deserve one. You're going to get one soon. Glairzilla says, what's up, Fox? Hope the Shedcade was fun with CAG. It absolutely was. And we'll talk about that later on tonight, too. There we go. John K is drinking the water tonight. Jury duty tomorrow. I understand. That is a responsible person. And I'm proud of you. I salute you. Goofy Foot is in the house. Click that. There we go. Hit the button. Goofy Foot, the economy is killing these companies. 2024, not looking good. That's a fair point. They may have to scale back. We don't have the disposable income that we once had. Not everybody's we're not all stuck at home either. So, is what it is. King Midas in the house. I trust everyone is golden. Absolutely. You better believe it. Tammy G is in the house. How you doing? I'm worried for them. Do they have anything new coming up? Not rehashes, but new. It's a really good question. It's a really good question. You can't last but so long on rehashes for sure. Jeremy Diedrich is in the house saying Blitz cabs were at Ollie's bargain outlets for $300 last week. Ollie's is known as a place for companies to dump overstock. So bad sign for Blitz sales. Bad sign for Blitz sales if Ollie's gets them. Absolutely. A lot of warning signs this year for sure. Donovan Klingle says, what's up, Fox? Happy Sunday, man. Cheers to another good week. Absolutely. Another good week. Another great week indeed. I will say also that I was able to get my truck back in the garage. So that is a great day. It's a great day. Donnie D, if you could only have one Sega candy cab, what would you pick? Right there. I have it. It's mine. I got it. The Astro City for me is just iconic. It's just iconic. But there's a lot of standouts in the series. The Sega Swing is pretty incredible, that stand-up candy cab. But I think for me, when I think about a candy cab, I think about the Sega Astro City, that little bubble, that little space shuttle looking thing is just what I think of when I think of a candy cab. And for me, for my money, if you have an arcade, if you want something to stand out, it's a small, tight little package. Astro City is where it's at, man. Astro City is where it's at. The bad guy, Mike, no. You're at least an average guy. You're not bad. I'm thinking you're probably more good than bad. Good evening, Fox. If they give us Robotron / Smash TV in 2024. I think that would absolutely help them redeem themselves from this past year. I'm going to give them 4 things to do this year, buddy, that will make them successful if they will only listen. Carl O says, happy Sunday, everyone. Absolutely. Happy Sunday indeed. Mike Hawkhurst is in the house saying, I think we will know very early in 2024 what the year will look like. If January CES comes and goes without anything new, I think it could be the writing on the wall for another slow year. Absolutely. I think I know how you voted in the poll for sure. Constorm, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? Regardless of what 2024 is going to look like, it seems One-Up's best years are behind them. Man, harsh words, but could be very accurate. Fret Burner 89 says, I'm totally on board buying one-to-one arcade shells for popular cabs. I am working to do something behind the scenes to hopefully bring some rare cabs to production. There are companies out there that will remake certain cabinets. They'll remake them. I gave a couple weeks ago, I gave the list of like 3 companies you can contact right now, and they will recreate a cabinet for you in modern day wood, laminated with the melamine, the black melamine on both sides, and you're going to get a sweet shell that you could, let's say you have a Pac-Man cabinet, a real Pac-Man cabinet, not an Arcade1up, a real one, and the cabinet's all messed up. You can contact these people and you can take the guts of your cabinet, put it in this thing, buy some new artwork, and you have basically a brand new cabinet. They will even put together cabinets, a total package for you, and you can just pick it up and buy it from them. Of course, we're not talking about $700 either. We're talking about, $1,500. There's a lot of work and labor going into these things. But I agree with you 100%. These companies need to branch out. They need to take some more risks and chances and not just go with the mainstream cabinets, but find those hard to find cabinets like a Big Blue, like a Neo Geo Big Red, and recreate these. Recreate them one-to-one scale, ready to go, and then customers can do what they want to do. They can put the monitor they want, the monitor of their choice, the game of their choice. But more companies need to at least get these on the drawing board. At least get them drawn up in CAD so that if somebody orders it, you're ready to go. I'm not saying you got to build a bunch of inventory and have all these sitting on the shelves ready to go or sitting in a warehouse somewhere ready to go. But build a prototype, make it just perfection to spec, and then we can just we just call you up and get it done. That's what I want. A lot of people want that too. Looks like that's what you want too. Paul Menderman, what is going on? Mendeman. I always put an R in your name, and it doesn't need to be there because it's not there. There's no R. Paul, what's going on, man? The Unico cab is cool, but $1,000 plus a real JAMA cab can be hard, or it can be had for the same price. Yeah, I mean it. You can get them sometimes with, the big thing is really you're getting them with no monitor. And back in the day, that used to be that was the sticking point. But if you can get a solid cabinet and the monitor shot, who cares? Get a Unico, hopefully it'll be compatible with the game you're trying to use. Or, CRTs can be had for a couple $100, so yeah, exactly. If you're going over $1,000, and that's what I'm saying, unless this is exactly the form factor you are in love with, it's going to be tough for people to spend that much money for sure. Aaron S, Subfox, and Chad, happy Sunday indeed. Multicade Matt, buddy, how are you doing? Good to see you. Happy birthday. Exactly. Happy birthday indeed. Thupper Squid, finally getting good at Robotron after mastering the Mikey trick. LOL, wrist sore from gaming all day. You're putting in the hours. While we're sitting here doing YouTube, you're out there getting it done. And that's what matters. Stock Jock, what's going on, buddy? Evening, Mr. Fox. I'm hoping for a banner year for One-Up. Needs me that Robotron Smash TV. I agree. No matter how you feel about the company, everybody wants them. I think for the most part, a lot of people are wanting them to do so much better. When you have good advice dispensed, you have to partake of it and put it in practice. My brother Snowdub's in the chat talking about smash the like button, peeps. It's the right thing to do. Smash the like button, everybody. Gallagher Guy 88, buddy. How the hell are you? Good to see you. Hello, Fox. Got a bottle of, Willet Bourbon. Never had heard of it. Tastes good, but definitely not your average bourbon. I'd be interested to know more about your thoughts about that. What do you mean by not your average? Better? Less than? Let me know. Hayden Do. I got a Repro Cubert. They're out there, aren't they? They're out there and they look great. Who is it on Facebook? Give me just 1 second, guys. I need to pull this up because I think his name is Jeremy Fox. I'm not doxing him. That's just his name. Jeremy Fox. What is the name of his company? I don't know. If you look him up, Prince Arcades. So Jeremy Fox on Facebook. Follow him or message him. He works at Prince Arcades, and they're the ones that make shells. They'll make a new cabinet for you, or they'll actually stock it for you, and you can buy a complete cabinet. So check him out, Jeremy Fox. Great last name. Come on. Any wonder why I gravitated to this dude? That's exactly the type of person that you should reach out to. Reach out to them, and if you're interested at all, and see what they can do for you. Speaking of doing something for others, here's a $10 super chat from Bob. How the hell are you? Good to see you, man. Wife picked up the Albanese. Oh, she did, huh? We had a intense conversation. Sitting at the dinner table, me, my wife, Bob and his wife. And listen, I was exposed. My love for the Albanese gummy bears was just on full display. I couldn't hide it. I couldn't hold back. I had to just let it out. She shares the same love. Wife picked up the Albanese. She says, game on. Thanks for having us over. We had a great time. Thank you. Is on this way. Thank you so much. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, he talked about some fudge. Oh, that's awesome, man. Thank you so much for stopping by, taking that cabinet off my hands. And thank you for your $10 super chat, buddy. I really do appreciate it. But unfortunately, our friendship may come to a screeching halt because you know where you got to go, to the pit.
Finish him. Melina wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
Sad. So sad. But listen, it is what it is. I'm sure he'll recover. Strong man. He'll shake it off. It's fine. Rub some dirt on it. You'll be all right. Okay. So anyway, we talked to the chat. We talked about what I'm drinking. We talked about the poll question. Go ahead and move on to the first topic. We got some housekeeping to do first off before we can even get into the first topic. Guess what I still got? Yeah. Last week, the Capcom I always mess this up. It's a Super Pocket, but it's the Hyper Mega Tech Super Pocket. The Capcom version was claimed. Got the email with the address. That's going to be going out on Monday, tomorrow. But unfortunately, the winner of the Taito version did not claim their prize. I gave you all week to send me an email. So unfortunately, didn't happen. So you know what that means? You know that means we're going to have to do. Let's go up here and let's go ahead and click on this. And we are going to, once again, give away. We're going to have another drawing for the Taito. Let me just jump over here and look at this. We're going to do another giveaway. This will be an extended episode long giveaway. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll put it on the screen. Everybody will have an opportunity to jump in for your chance to win the Taito Super Pocket Evercade. Once again, compatible with all the Evercade cartridges. So it's not just the 18 games that are installed on here, but you can really buy any cartridge if you happen to have some Evercade cartridges. If you're curious about getting into the Evercade ecosystem, it's not a bad way, especially since it's going to be free for whoever wins it. So I'm going to make sure that I got the right one here. There we go. Okay. Hashtag, put that up there. You know what we're going to do. You know how the game is played. There we go. And let's do that. So this is what we're going to do tonight. Let me go ahead and share the screen. And boom. This is all you got to do. Type in the comments section anytime tonight in the show, hashtag Taito SP. Hashtag Taito SP. Jump in there and enter for a chance to win this. Once you listen, all you got to do is email me after the winner is drawn, and I'll mail this to you. It's just that easy. So let me know if you're interested. Let me know if you want it. And all you got to do, it's pretty simple. Just type in hashtag Taito SP. Let's go ahead and get that off the screen for right now. Let me go ahead and get rid of that. And then I'll go ahead and throw this ticker up here to keep everybody kind of, there we go. I'll keep that going tonight, so everybody will. It'll be a nice reminder of the ongoing. There we go. The ongoing contest right now. So once again, for your chance to win, all you got to do, jump in. We got 41 entries so far, so jump in there sometime tonight, anytime, doesn't matter. And listen, if you're curious why you can't comment, it's because you're not subscribed to the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and within about 5 minutes, you'll be able to comment in the chat, and you'll also be able to comment and do the hashtag Taito SP for your chance to win the handheld, the Super Pocket, not just any pocket, Super Pocket. So, so jump in there and comment. Okay, so let's talk about other stuff that happened this week. Fun stuff. I went down to Texas. Had to, I travel all the time. Had to go down there, and luckily, I had somebody reach out to me. It was the CAG himself over at Killer Arcade Games, and he said, "Hey, let's meet up and maybe have a meal." And then we sat down, and we talked, and we just had a great time. He's like, "You know what? I think it's okay. I think you've passed the test. Do you want to maybe swing by the Shedcade and check it out?" And I did, and it was phenomenal. I gotta say, it's not the biggest arcade on the planet. It doesn't have a bazillion, games in here, but the cabinets were in the best condition you could possibly imagine. The monitors were epic. I mean, these monitors looked absolutely gorgeous, every single one. And of course, the Killer Instinct 1, the Killer Instinct 2. He's got the MK4. He's got the what is it? The Hydro Thunder. He's got the Rush. I can't remember if it was San Francisco Rush. It was the Rush cabinet in the corner there. Target Terror was awesome. We played Target Terror. I played MK4, and then I played Killer Instinct 2. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in this, but I kind of gravitate towards KI2. It's just, I don't know, it's just the way that it is. But anyway, had a great time. Once again, I just wanted to give him a shout out and say, thanks for having me over at the Shedcade. And listen, if you don't know anything about this guy, head on over to CAG's Killer Arcade Games on YouTube. He's got a great channel. He's always live streaming, and he's not bad at the old Killer Instinct for sure. Other things to talk about. Let's see, we remove that. We had something late breaking. I think this was today, actually. When did they post this? 15 hours ago. So I think I got the slide together just a few hours ago. So you're probably looking at about 20 hours. Yeah, I think today, late tonight sometime. This popped up on this was on the Numbskull fan group. Can't remember the name of the group. I'm sorry. Looks like they're going to be getting track and field over there in the UK. Or maybe not just UK, maybe all of Europe. I'm not sure. But Numbskull, the maker of just the best quarter scale arcade recreations you could possibly imagine. They're sick, they're killer, and it looks like they're coming out with track and field. That's going to be something a little bit extra. Now, will that make its way to the States? These things don't really make it to the States. You got to go and find them and buy them on online. And they're not just sitting on shelves. But I'm gonna say you got to be quick. You got to be quick. But anyway, want to make everybody aware that, listen, track and field is an option for you in the future, and maybe for us. Depends on where you are on the planet watching this show. But yeah, if you're in Europe, looks like you guys are going to get your hands on track and field coming soon. So that's awesome. Good to know. Maybe that will actually matriculate to our area. Did I say that right? I don't think that I did. I think I probably used that incorrectly. Okay, so let's get into the first topic, and we're going to talk about AtGames teasing a new 4KP. So that's really exciting. So a couple things dropped. I wanted to address some things that they talked about in the Super Game Room Dudes, kind of give you my opinion on what's going on. But first, let's talk about the big thing. Well, let's talk about the less big thing. We'll talk about some of the information that was dropped in this is on their Facebook page. If you don't follow everybody on Facebook, we'll talk about this a little bit. These are going to be some of the packs and how much you can expect to pay. These are the 4K packs. These are the premium packs. These are going to be for that 4K pinball machine when they actually come out, and some of the title games and how much they're going to cost. You got Charlie Brown, you got Peanuts. These are going to be going for $5 each. The Williams Star Trek: The Next Generation, which is the skin that everybody wanted that pinball machine to have. But at least you can get the game. That's going to be $15. And it looks like no matter which one you get, you're going to be able to get the Addams Family. Twilight Zone's kind of cool. That could have been a really cool pinball machine. I'll be honest with you. The Twilight Zone could have been really freaky. They could have done that in a really sick way. That could have actually been something that, I don't know, it's maybe not as recognizable as the Addams Family. And with the Addams Family just coming out and kind of the buzz I got, I guess that's why they went with that. But the Twilight Zone, man, that could be a missed opportunity. World Cup Soccer, which is something that they call it football everywhere else on the planet. I don't know. But it's soccer to us here in the States. So World Cup Soccer, Gearbox Pinball Legends pack. And you got the Home World, the Borderlands, and the Brothers in Arms. So those are the 3 games that are involved in that pack. Godzilla versus Kong. You got Godzilla versus Kong, you got Godzilla, and then you got Kong. So that's exciting. That's pretty cool. The South Park Legends pack, which is super sweet pinball. Butter's very own pinball. There you go. And then the Star Trek Legacy pack, Legends pack, which are these are the 3 games that are going to be included in the Star Trek pinball machine when you buy it. So are you going to have to pay extra for the next generation if you get that? That's kind of a shame. But anyway, those are some of the pinball packs that are going to be available. I know there's a little bit of concern. Some people in the comments are like, hey, 4K pinball is getting all this love. What about the HD? Well, the HD is still supported, and they've slowly been releasing, rolling out some of these other games for the HD pinball machines. But you can imagine 4K P is kind of where it's at right now. It needs the most attention because they're trying to get us to buy these cabinets or buy these tables, and they're not that cheap. And that is the new thing. So it's going to get the majority of the attention. But I don't think that AtGames is going to leave their original customers, the ones that got them where they are. I don't foresee them leaving them in the dust. I think they're going to continue to support the HD version, and I think it's going to be fine. Time will tell if it's going to be worth upgrading to the 4KP. But let's talk about the mysteries. So this was also on their Facebook page talking about some kind of new cabinet. What's going on here? Coming soon. And like the old, we thought that maybe Michael B or some of the game room dudes, super game room dudes could give us shed a little light on this. They were not able to. They said they don't know. They have no idea. I haven't seen anything in the private chats in the Illuminati conferences where we have to go out into the in the woods and we have to wear our cloaks and nobody said anything out there, So it is what it is. I don't know what this is going to be, but what could it be? What could it potentially like? What's the likely thing? What's the most likely thing that could possibly happen? Well, let me just say, I don't think it's going to be any of the Pinball M stuff. For those of you who don't know, this is like the mature games. You're going to have to, I believe it's a different app. If you're trying to play this on devices, it's a separate app completely. Being mature, I hope it's like age restricted. It should be. But so I think these games are probably going to be out, which is a damn shame because they look pretty cool. So I think, unfortunately, these are probably not going to be the games we're going to get to play. So what else is out there? Well, Zen has just a ton of stuff. And I think to the comment, I forget who made the comment earlier. It's like, yeah, it's probably gonna be a bait and switch. It's probably gonna be like, yeah, it's Star Trek, but it's not what you want. It's the IP, but it's not exactly what you want. I made the joke about Star Wars. It's Star Wars, but it's all the new movies. That's not fun. That's not fun. No, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. But it could very well be, possibly, potentially. They have Marvel. It could be anything to do with Marvel. I mean, I think Marvel and Star Wars, those properties are kind of on the downslide. They're not as valuable as they once were, I think. So that could be that could maybe signal potentially, hey, let's be in Disney. Let's sell those at a discount. And then that means, hey, sure, yeah, we can actually see that. So maybe some kind of a Marvel property, maybe some kind of a Star Wars property, but it's not going to be the OG trilogy, potentially. But what I really want to see, I mean, if it was up to me, this is what I would absolutely love to see. And I've said this before, so probably no big surprise. This is what they have, and this is what I want so very, very badly. Looking at the silhouette, who knows? The silhouette doesn't tell you much. I will say the marquee is pretty big. It's pretty large. It's similar to the Dinosaur Dynasty or whatever, the other one that came out. So could it potentially be Jurassic Park? I don't know. They came out with the Dino version. I thought that maybe they were doing that because they couldn't get Jurassic Park. So maybe Jurassic Park is out. Alien, Predator, Alien versus Predator. Is that possible? I think that may be the most likely, depending on what you feel about or how you feel about their ability, AtGames' ability to get some of these licenses. But listen, so far, so good. Star Trek's not exactly a cheap or a devalued property. That's a pretty high. That's a pretty big get, in my opinion. So Alien, Predator, the fact that Disney owns that, it's possible. So that's definitely possible. But for me, day one buy, without a shadow of a doubt, would be almost anything in the Universal Classics pack. But for sure, Back to the Future is an absolute, I mean, I wouldn't even hesitate. Skinned in Back to the Future, I would absolutely buy that without batting an eye. I mean, I just wouldn't even think about it. That's exactly, I mean, take my money is exactly what would happen. I've been on the fence. I've been sitting here. I've been waiting. I've been thinking, well, I don't know. And this is, yeah, Jurassic Park, but it's all Chris Pratt. Oh no, that's not good. Um, without a doubt, Back to the Future is exactly what I would be all about. That if you have to obscure some of the faces, you can't get Michael J. Fox's image because he didn't sign off. I'm okay with that. If it's Back to the Future, if it's that theme table, if it's that theme cabinet, that would be something that would absolutely push me over the edge. Absolutely push me over there. I would buy immediately. I would jump on, especially the way they structure their pre-order. I'm going to say this, and don't beat me up. It's only $1,200. I know that's expensive, but it's quite a discount from the full price. So $1,200, $200 down payment, and I would definitely do that. So anything on this slide, I would be all about. But if it was Back to the Future, that's it. I'm done. Here, take my money. That's awesome. But of course, Jaws, E.T., I mean, any of those are just iconic properties, and it's so cool. Pinball is something that anybody can walk up to in your arcade and play and have a great time. That's just what it is. So I think that is where my heart would be. That's exactly what I would want. And fewer things would give me more pleasure than seeing that. Fewer things. But there's one thing that would give me a little bit more pleasure. And it's a $2 super chat. This one comes to us from Kevin Clausen. Thank you so much for your $2 super chat. What I'd like to see is another super chat. Football. I'm assuming you're still watching the game. Enjoy yourself. Thank you so much for your $2 super chat, buddy. I really do appreciate it. And here you go.
Let's go.
KO! Wolverine win! Rookie.
Thank you so much again for your super chat, buddy. Really do appreciate it. And so I think that anything out there is going to get me going, Back to the Future is definitely where it's at. And if you want some money from, 19K Fox, AtGames, that's what you're going to have to do. Moving on to the next topic, let's just do it. Let's do this now. Also, those of you who just joined, if you look at the bottom of the screen, you got the little banner going across. If you type in hashtag TaitoSP, you'll be entered for a chance to win the Super Pocket, the Taito Super Pocket. We're going to give that later on in this episode. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, and in 5 minutes, you'll be able to chat, and you can type in hashtag TaitoSP, be entered for a chance to win this, which we will draw for tonight. So right now, what do we have? Right now, we have 73 entries. Okay, so jump in. Jumping for your chance to win. So let's talk about Arcade1up. Our good old friends at Arcade1up. They've had a rough year. Bless their little hearts. They tried so hard. Seems like there wasn't too much going on the new side of things. So there were some new form factors, some new styles. And I think for the most part, I'm going to go ahead and call the deluxe cabinets a win. I think it's a win for Arcade1up. Incorporating that riser into the design. Also, being able to slim down that packaging is kind of a win-win for both parties. They were able to save some money on shipping, reduce that footprint and in stores and everywhere else, and then, give us something that is a little more seamless. Die-hard riser fans are still mourning the loss of their risers, but I think overall it's a win. I think it was a way to, really they were kind of able to revisit some of these cabinets in this slightly different form factor and then sell more and hopefully make a bunch of profit, right? So you can make new stuff that we want to see. So I think on the deluxe side of the coin, that form factor, I think just the form factor we're talking, I think that's a win for sure. I think that's cool. XL's getting one new XL cabinet, even though it was Pac-Man. This is the first time we got an XL cabinet with a correct BOE monitor. Okay, it's a win. I got one. You can't see it. It's in the very back there. I got it. I like it. I dig it. XL is definitely the way to go. But as far as new titles, we only had 2 new titles this year. One was, they were both mired in controversy. Time Crisis took 85 years to come out. They were talking about this 40 years before I was born. It was really bad. No, it took forever to come out. It was rumored forever. We saw the leaks years ago at this point. And it finally came out, and the price was ridiculous, and there were some issues that I had, specifically the guns. I think the emulation was probably okay, but the guns themselves are just cheap, and I think it would hurt the replay value. And it's kind of a big thing. I mean, that's one of the biggest thing. Controls, the guns is that's the controls. That's a big part of it all. So that was a bit of an issue. That was a problem. The price was an issue. $750. It's just insane at this point. And then the other new title was, the Fast and the Furious, which was not a Fast and the Furious cab. It was actually Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, but they split it into two, and it wasn't even the arcade ROM. Bit of a problem. So when you had new cabinets that were either too expensive or not even running the arcade ROM, it's not a good look for you this year. Especially when your sale pricing isn't better than the random sales that happen sporadically. Having cabinets show up at Ollie's for $100, $150, having a sale on, I got my Shack Jam, my XL cabinet, my NBA Jam XL cabinet at Best Buy for $399, just on a whim. It just happened. No sale, no. It was obviously it was on sale, but there was no advertised sale. It wasn't Black Friday or anything like that. It was kind of weird, kind of odd. But anyway, is what it is. So going into 2024, there's a lot of trepidation. There were some personnel changes, some personalities and people that were there are no longer there. And so now some of us are maybe a little bit negative on the company, not sure where the company is going to go moving forward. It's kind of odd. So I think that as we move forward, it's possible that Arcade1up, if they mess up this year, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. If you mess up another year, it's going to be difficult to recover. And so the question is, are they going to pass or are they going to fail? Will they pass and fail next year? Is this going to be the end of the company, or is it just going to be another rough year? And you got to ask yourself, how many rough years can any company actually take? So what I decided is to put together, here's what I decided I'm going to do. I'm going to put together four things I think that if Arcade1up does these four things, take these four recommendations. And I think these are realistic recommendations. These are not wild, crazy, pull this crazy game out of a hat and do this. I think this is something you could realistically do. You could pull this off, and it's in your wheelhouse, and it will spell success. You will get a passing grade, maybe not an A+, maybe not even an A, but you'll pass and you'll live to fight another day. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first number one thing that they have to do is they have to go ahead with the XL Legacy line. It's time. You have to go ahead and make all the legacies in an XL version. It is what it is. You got to do it. You got to do it, and you got to do it for $599. Only $100 more than you're charging for the XL, or I'm sorry, for the legacies. Now, the legacies themselves, turns out some of those are stuck at $399. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Capcom Legacy, $399 on Amazon right now. So in any event, it's just time. If you want to quickly if you want to build out that inventory of XLs, if you want to increase your XL product line, this is what you do. This is exactly what you do. You go ahead and you just bite the bullet and you make all your legacies XLs. So these four cabinets right here, you do it this year, period. Maybe you kick off CNET, or not CNET, but the CES. You kick off CES with, I think that what you need to do is you need to go ahead and just include Capcom in this, because you're selling Capcom for $399 right now. You come out with all four of these cabinets in an XL version, 19-inch BOE, and they're $599, just like Pac-Man was. I think that's a great way to kick off the year. Boom, here we go. XL versions, and they're $599. That's just what they are. You and I both know you can catch these things on sale here, there, and everywhere. And eventually you'll save $50 or $100. You can get these things for, $499, $500, $550, whatever. Use your coupon codes, use your gift cards, especially after Christmas. If you've got some, gift cards from Best Buy or Walmart or Amazon, you can pick these things up and you can probably get these things for a steal. So this is where you absolutely have to start. So just without a doubt, next year, this is something you have to do. You have to do this. All your legacy cabinets, XL, boom. I mean, it's cut and paste with the Pac-Man line. With the Galaga and the Miss Pac-Man cabinets, you've already done this with Pac-Man. Just do that thing that you did, but do it 2 more times. Give us the Galaga, give us the Class of 81, and give us a standalone Miss Pac-Man. Let's just do it. Period. That's what you got to do. Mortal Kombat is an absolute no-brainer. No-brainer. Mortal Kombat needs some love. We can't get Spectate, but damn it, we better be able to get an XL cabinet, and it's about time. XL, Mortal Kombat, $5.99. Everybody will be happy. I'm telling you, do it. It's the right thing to do. And then obviously, I know that the Capcom cabinet just came out, but go ahead and bite the bullet. I'm talking January, February, January CES, you announce it, and then February they come out, they're available. Even though it's only a few months removed from when the Deluxe came out, if you're talking about $399 versus $599, there's a $200 price jump. So a lot of people are going to be like, well, it's okay. I'm not too mad. I'll keep my cabinet for a while, and then, maybe eventually I'll work up to it. So, number one, listen to me, Arcade1up. Your legacy cabinets have to be made into XLs next year. There's just no discussion. That's just period. If you don't do that, I don't know what you're doing. I can't help you. So your legacy cabinets, boom, they got to be XL versions next year. This may be a controversial suggestion, a crazy pick, but I'm telling you, this is something I feel they need to do next. Number two, this is what they need to do, and it is time for a return of the countercades. Out of the 15 different form factors that Arcade1up has come out with over the years, all the wild, weird stuff they've done. I mean, just, you look at it. They're all there. Projectorcades and couchcades and giant joysticks and the worst garbage freaking set-top boxes you can imagine. There has always been a place in my mind for their countercade. Now, it doesn't have to be a 2-player. It can be a 1-player, but it has to have that beautiful 8-inch screen. It has to have a little lit marquee, and I think it has to be priced at $180, $179. Quit going over $200, because for $299 we can get a peasant version, of your legacy cabs, and that's fine. They can remain, but these things need to be sub $200. $199, $179. I think $179 is a great starting point for these things. And that way, when they go on sale for $150 or even $100, it is a bargain. We need new countercades. We've already seen a single player. We've already seen the 2-player Street Fighter version over in Europe. If you go on eBay right now, you can find one, but you're going to have to pay $300 US, and then you're going to have to ship it for $100. It's crazy. These little countercades fill the niche. They fill the void. Okay. The partycades are a little bit too clunky. They're a little bit too big for simple, desktop sort of countertop gaming. They're just there. You got to have the legs on them, or you can hang them on the back of a door, and that's flexibility, and that's cool. I like that. But countercades need to be expanded, either 2-player or single player. And I'm talking about Street Fighter. I'm talking about, we got the Mortal Kombat already, but we don't have a Street Fighter proper. I also want to see Killer Instinct. A Killer Instinct countercade would sell crazy. It would sell like gangbusters. I mean, think about it. It would be incredible. And make the Ninja Turtles versions more available. Right now, you can get a single-player version of the Ninja Turtles for $199, but that price is only good for a couple days. As soon as people find out about it, they buy them up and they're gone immediately. And the single-player, the latest version, the single-player countercades, they have a better shape, but they don't have the lit marquee. I don't want to see that. I want you to return with the lit marquee, the beautiful 8-inch screen, and you're done. And it is a great way. It's a great little desktop representation of a cab. You can change the side panels if you want to. I know a lot of people don't like the shark fin, but I'm telling you, countercades are where it's at. It is the other form factor that you should heavily invest in. All these other form factors, look on the screen, the 15 different form factors. What do you really want? If you had to pick a top 2 or top 3 out of those, give me some XL love. 3/4 is fine. But then what's that third form factor? What is it? It's countercades. I'm telling you, that little 8-inch monitor is gorgeous. Give me the lip marquee. and you're fine. Keep it sub $200, and that's what you need. And the thing is, if you're trying to rehash something, I don't know why they won't do this. It's crazy. The Marvel Superheroes countercade that I still have over here is one of the only ways you can play. The only ways you can buy right now is Punisher. You can't just buy that in a full size, or not a full size. You can't buy it in a 3/4 scale or an XL version. So that's where it's at. Countercades. Expand your countercade library. Either 2-player, single player. I don't care, but I want a lit marquee. I want that beautiful 8-inch monitor that you gave us, and keep it under $200, and you got a winner every single time. And if you also don't know about a game, maybe you have a weird property and you're not sure if it's going to sell, what better way to take that chance than to have a countercade? It's less risk for you as a company. So do it. It's the right thing to do. Invest in countercades. So that was number 3. Number 2. Moving on to number 3, my third suggestion, and here's what it is. It's time. It is time. It is time for an XL driver or a shooter. You haven't given us that many XLs, and neither one is a driving cab or a shooting cab. And in my opinion, the shooting cab benefits better. It benefits the most with a larger screen. So it's time. So take your freaking pick. If you already own this, if you already got this, it's time. It is time to do it. XL shooter, XL driver. What better way to bring back Outrun? Think about this. We're all talking about Star Wars, so I think it's probably a no-brainer. Star Wars would be epic. Star Wars is probably going to happen, and I'll be the first one in line to buy it because I sold my 3/4 thinking they're going to go this way. If they do that, awesome. But what better way to bring back Outrun? Contact Sega again and say, listen, we want to get Outrun again. You saw what we did before. This time we want to do it in a bigger scale, the XL version. XL driving cabs would be insane. They would be so great. And just go with what you got now. You ain't got to break the bank. Listen, I didn't like Fast and Furious, but you still got it. So why don't you just do that? I mean, there's a lot of people that like that cabin, and I don't want to besmirch anybody. I don't want to give anybody a hard time about liking that cabin. So remake it with an XL version. But I would rather see Outrun, that same Outrun cabinet, bring it back, but in an XL version. Ridge Racer in an XL version. Do it. What are you waiting for? I mean, and listen, you get tired of the Ridge Racer games, go do the Buy Stuff mod, and then you expand that library. But shooting cabs is where it's at. I don't care. Just look at the 3s they have now, the 3 shooters they have now. I know that T2 gets some hate because of the single game, and I totally agree with that. But T2 as a XL cabinet it's a buy from me. All the cabinets I've sold, the one that I had the hardest time getting rid of is T2 because I just don't want to let it go. It's one of the cabinets that gets the most play whenever everybody comes over. Family gatherings, the kids go to that. They'll grab it and go and they'll play. And it's just, I know it's a single cab. I know it was I paid full price for it. It's a single game cab. I know it's a single game cab and I paid a lot. I paid full retail, but it still gets a ton of play. I haven't had any issues with that cabinet. I've made some modifications to make things a little bit better. I painted the guns, added my LED mount, my LED mod on top. Absolutely loved it. But if that's not your thing, they just came out with Time Crisis. They have Buck Hunter. Who wouldn't like a XL Buck Hunter? I know they just came out with the redesign with the deluxe, but a bigger screen is a bigger screen. I'm telling you. And if they can do that at a reasonable price, I know they're going to have to be a little bit more expensive. Maybe these can't be at $599, but $699. I would feel better about considering $700 if we're talking about an XL form factor. So next year, you have to give us an XL driver or shooter. Something, whether it's existing or something new. You have to do that. That's number 3. That's my number 3 suggestion. Okay, if you want to be successful, if you want to get a passing grade in 2024 Arcade1up, that's number 3. That's what you got. But what's number 4? What's number 4? Number 4. Now, remember, these are non-negotiable points I'm making. You have to do these 4 things. So number 4 is going to be In some people's mind, this is a no-brainer. I don't care what new cabinet you come out with that is a 3/4 scale cab. I know listen, I would rather everything be XL, but if you're going to come out with a XL, if you're going to come out with a 3/4 scale cabinet, 17-inch monitor, 3/4 scale cabinet, it's a new title. I don't really care what it is. You have got to do it for $599 or less. As you begin to build out your XL product line, you have to stay under the $599 price for a 3/4 cab. If you can't make it for 3/4, right? If you can't make a 3/4 cab for less than $600, you know what the answer is, kid. Make it XL. Make it XL. Don't give me something. I don't care. And listen, I'm an AVP fan, but don't make another 3/4 scale cab, deluxe or whatever, for more than $599. And I'm giving you, everybody's talking about $499. I'm giving you an extra cushion. $100. $599. So $499 or even $399 for your legacy 3/4. But the newest thing, the weirdest title, I mean, I'm looking at you, AVP 3 player. $599 is the most you should charge for a 3/4 scale cab, period. And then $599 and above is going to be your XL cabinets. So if you want to do XL Legacy, $599. That's what they are. They're $599. They're the same price of a 3/4 scale, but it's a wild, weird game, whatever. You're taking a chance. You don't want to maybe spend too much money. Whatever the rationale is, I get it. That's fine. But do not charge more than $599 for a 3/4 scale cab. At this point, this many years in the game, nobody is cool with that. They're not. They're going to have, they may be cool in the beginning, but they will have buyer's remorse. I guarantee you. It's just not, it's not going to work out well for you. I'm telling you. So that is the 4 suggestions. That's what they are. And I think they're non-negotiables. Just to review, all your legacies have to be XLs. Make XL legacies. Number 2, new countercades. Make the new countercades. People ask about them. They want them. They want different. They want more. They want more availability of what you currently make. And then they want different games, stuff you already own in countercades. Number 3 is you have to give us an XL driver or a shooter this year, period. Have to. You have to do it. If you want to get a passing grade, that's the 3rd thing you got to do. And the 4th thing you got to do, this new stuff we're talking about, Cowabunga collections and Smash TVs and all this stuff, track and field and whatever. Look at the list. Lethal Enforcers. If you're making that in 3/4 scale, you better not be asking more than $599. We just don't have the patience for it. We're done. Not with the existence of the XL. So if you want to charge more than $600, it can be the greatest game in the world, but I'm telling you what it better be. It better be XL. That's just my thoughts about that. Pretty sure that most of you are going to agree because listen, we're all kindred spirits. We're like-minded. We trust each other. We understand each other, and we respect each other, and we do what we can to help each other. Just like this guy, JJ, dropping a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for your $5 super chat, buddy. I really do appreciate it. Qbert would make a perfect countercade with its 45-degree joystick. It's okay if it's only Qbert because it's a sub $200. It'd be worth it. You're making my point for me, Jay. Exactly. If they don't know if they're weird, it's a weird title. We don't know if it's going to sell. Make a countercade. I mean, they're fully assembled. They're small. You're not asking people for $600, $700, $800 and give it a shot. Give it a try. Test the waters with a lower cost product like that. I think that it would be worth it for sure. And you could get away with a weird title because it's so small. It's just a little, it's like we talk about this all the time. It's like desk crap, stuff you just keep on your desk. But these are very, very playable. I like the New Wave Toys. 1/6 scale cabinets are great. I don't have a numbskull, but the 1/4 scale cabinets are also great and they're playable technically. But if you really want something that's playable, a countercade is going to be the way to go. Thank you so much for your $5 super chat, buddy. Really appreciate it. And you know what? Let me give you something a little bit different. Here you go. The video froze, so I hope it I hope it finished on the other side. Thank you so much for your super chat, buddy. I really do appreciate it. And also, other things are appreciated, like other super chats. 199. This one comes to us from Galaga Guy 88. Thank you so much for your $2 super chat, buddy. Really appreciate it. Suggestion number 5. Give us a roadmap for the freaking year. What are you making? It's not a bad suggestion. Oh, by the way, do all the stuff that Fox said, but also let us know what the hell you're doing. That would be great. Give us some kind of an idea of where you're headed. That would not be a bad idea. Great suggestion. Thank you so much, buddy, for the suggestion. And you know what? Let me give you something. Well, you know what? What the hell not? Here you go.
Finish him. Scrap wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
I'm assuming it said fatality. The video is a little choppy, guys. I'm sorry. I don't think I'm downloading anything. Should be fine. I'm sure my son is upstairs just killing it and destroying the bandwidth. It is what it is. Evil Genius is in the house. What's going on, buddy? How you doing? I think there is a place with the normal 3/4 size. No, I agree. I think you're absolutely right. I don't think they should kill the 3/4 scale size. That's a good size. A lot of people have built their arcades to that scale. But I think that if you're going to offer something in that scale, man, you got to keep it under $600. It's just crazy. Some of these prices are insane. But if you're going to do it, if you're going to go above, you've got to keep that. You really got to keep that in check for sure. It's just a little bit nuts. Some of these prices are insane. But listen, I think if you think that it's worth it, that's all that really matters at the end of the day. Let me see if I can't scroll up. Once again, everybody, look at the ticker on the bottom, the banner going by. Type in #SP for a chance to win this. The Super Pocket, the Taito Super Pocket. It's cool. I like it. I like my Capcom version. Last week, the winner didn't claim their prize, so don't be like them. If you win tonight, make sure you shoot me an email with your address. That would be greatly appreciated. Almost as much as another Super Chat. This one's $2. Thank you so much for Bush and Rayu. Cat, $2. Thank you so much for your Super Chat. Give me a Looney Tunes pinball table. Exactly. AtGames. What are you doing? What are you doing? Thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate it. And here you go. Finish. Video is lagging. It's okay. I think it's okay. Hopefully it's fine. Sure. Sounds good. Okay. Anyway, so that's gonna be that. Those are my suggestions for Arcade1up. It is what it is. Take it with a grain of salt, I guess. But I think that is the way you can definitely at least bank on a passing grade. Like I said, maybe not an A+, but definitely a passing grade. So let's talk about the Nova Blast cabinet making its appearance at the KC Retro Show. Not too many people are able to see it because evidently it didn't quite make it, or maybe it didn't make it in time for the show. Not exactly sure what was going on there. But basically, this is the latest and greatest on the Nova Blast cabinet. It was supposed to make appearance at the KC Retro Show. I wasn't able to get out there. I didn't really know about it in time. I probably could have maybe made an effort to get out there. But the only new bit of information we have is if you go to their YouTube, or not the YouTube, but their Facebook page, the Unico USA Facebook page, they have a video of someone playing it, getting some playtime, checking it out. So there's that little bit of information there. Also, we're going to check in with our buddy over on Twitter, Neo Cerva. Neo Severa? Yeah, Neo Severa. Giving us a little bit of another preview of what we can expect from this cabinet. They're going to be incorporating some headphones, player 1 and player 2. Those are the little holes on the front of the Nova Blast cabinet. So once again, big shout out to Neo Severa for over on Twitter for giving us a lot of these pictures, keeping us up to date on some of the details about this cabinet. Here's another shot at, let me remove that. Got too many pictures, kids. Got too many slides. Got to just remove that. Remove that. And remove one more. Here we go. Let's go ahead and bring up the next slide. We've got 2. Let's do 3. Here's another shot of This is the control panel for the Nova Blast, fitting perfectly in a stock Astro City control panel. So this goes a couple different ways. If you wanted to put their control panel in a stock Astro City, I guess you could. But for me, what that tells me is that any stock Astro City, Sega Astro City panel that you may have, or any configuration out there that you want to reuse and put it in the Nova Blast, you will absolutely be able to. It's the same bolt pattern, it's the same size. So that could be really interesting for some kind of a custom thing. Maybe you don't like this layout, but maybe you have something, or maybe you collect, or maybe you saw something on eBay, because you can actually buy replacement Sega Astro City panels for reasonable pricing. And maybe if you could change this look, and maybe less buttons, different configuration, even a single player configuration is also available. You can just swap that into the Nova Blast cabinet, and away you go. So that's pretty cool. Not too shabby. And then, that's going to be, so that's the last, that's it. That's the last thing. That is the last thing for sure. So not too much new going on there. I am excited to see a little bit more about it. The biggest question that we're waiting for on the Nova Blast cabinet is going to be, well, you know what it is, kids. It's price. And we still don't know what the price is. We keep talking about it back and forth. I think it's probably going to be $1,000, and then the pedestal is going to be $200. So I'm thinking $1,200, maybe, possibly, potentially. But I'm not an insider. I'm just somebody who maybe is a little bit pessimistic or realistic, depending on your point of view. Would you look at that?
What the hell?
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up.
Yes, unfortunately, it is that time. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up tonight. But before we do, we've got to draw. We got to have a drawing. Who's going to win the Super Pocket? Let's go ahead and do that right now. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to go ahead and share the giveaway tool. Boom. There we go. Share. All right. Here we go. So we have 91 entries. Good job, guys. Going to go ahead and hit the draw button. So pay attention. Here we go. All right. Contest is ended. Who's going to win tonight? Who's it going to be? Oh, boom. It's Galaga Guy 88. Awesome. Awesome, man. Congratulations. Galaga Guy 88 is the winner of the Super Pocket, the Taito version. Man, good deal indeed. Okay, so you know what to do. Let me stop sharing that. Kill that. So you know what to do. Galaga Guy 88, congratulations. All you got to do is, let me click this one here. Go to that. Congratulations. Just send me an email. I guess you can come by the house. I don't really care what you want to do. And pick up your new Super Pocket. Congratulations, man. Let me know your address. Email me with your contact information, your address, and then send it to me, and I can mail it to you, or you can swing by the house, whatever the hell you want to do. So congratulations once again to Galaga Guy 88, the winner of the Super Pocket Taito, baby. Yeah. I wonder if do you have any Evercade cartridges? That would be interesting. If not, I'm telling you what, this is kind of like the gateway drug. Once I got mine, I'm like, you know what? What else do they got out there? And when these cartridges are like 20 or 30 bucks, it's not bad. So Galaga Guy 88, man, thank you so much for participating. Thank you to everybody who participated in the giveaway. And we do these, if you're a fan of the channel, we do these several times a year. So if you didn't win this time, don't worry about it. You'll have a chance to win later on. I'm absolutely sure. Now, one last thing before I let you go, we talk about the poll question. I asked you a question. We got to have an answer. Let's check it out. So the question was simply this. How do you think Arcade1up will grade in 2024? An A, a C, a D, or an F? You can imagine it's just like in grade school. A is they're going to pass with flying colors. C, average with not much new. D, still a passing grade, but they're just going to barely survive until 2025. Or do you think that they're going to get an F? They're done. They're done. Total failure. It's all over. Shut down shop. Turn off the lights. Party's over. 173 votes to go ahead and end it there. And the poll results are this. So coming in at number 4 is total failure. Maybe not as many pessimists out there as I once thought. So yes, coming in at 4, fourth position, last place is an F. Coming in third place is an A. So 19% say that they're going to get that. You're going to pass with flying colors. Okay. Coming in second place is going to be D. You think they're going to barely survive until 2025. That's 22%, but with a whopping 43%. And I think this is kind of where I'm at. It fluctuates between a C or a D, but the number one answer, everybody voted, it's C. You think that it's going to be average with not much new. I hope that's not the case. I hope that we have so much new stuff. We're having a tough time budgeting to get all this stuff, because while my focus now is more on some of the real arcades, the games that I know that Arcade1up will never make, I'm still a fan of Arcade1up. And I hope that they continue to do new stuff, give us new stuff at fair prices. And I think you're going to absolutely have a killer 2024. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the channel. Have a blessed week. I hope you coast through December and into your vacation days that I hope you've saved, and enjoy your Christmas holidays. And I will see all of you back here next time. Peace.